Got your attention yet? We good? We fine? We cool? Your eyes locked to the screen? Neat. Let's get down to business. Now, if you're expecting some memes and funny ha-has, sucks for you. Also, sorry for the clickbait, by the way, but when you try to put something low-key into the limelight, you gotta whip out the jingle jangles to get people to watch your thing, so here we are. In fact, I'm not the first person to talk about this, and I have mentioned it before, but I'm just adding to the yelling pile so I can promote it further and reiterate myself. But if you want to listen to someone a little less obnoxious, then I highly recommend checking out Valkyrie Aurora's video for basically the same information. So plug. Go like, favorite, and subscribe. Thank you. But while I have you here, sit down, shut up, and let me tell you about Lost Soul Aside. So, point blank, this stuff looks cool, right? Look at all that action, that style, them sick moves, I'm living for this! Well, allow me to explain what this game is, who's making it, and why you should keep it on your radar. So in 2016, a man known as Bing Yang released a 5-minute working trailer for his game, Lost Soul Aside. Inspired by the aesthetics of Final Fantasy XV and being an avid ARPG fan, people instantly took notice of it for its combat flair and art direction. But what was most impressive is that Yang had created this all by himself. Yes, one dude in 2 years made all of this, which is pretty woke if you ask me. So the trailer gained a ton of traction, and because of that, many studios reached out to Yang to help develop the game with him, and eventually he settled with a publisher called Ultra Zero Games and/or China Hero Project, who is backed by Sony. A small team of developers, yes, but a team nonetheless, to actually put this game out for people, cause Lord knows we thirsty. Obviously they have a long way to go from just a trailer to a finished product, but from what information we have, it is certain Lost Soul Aside aims to be a satisfying ARPG experience, with combat on par with Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, and Nier Automata. So with flashy real-time action mixed in with Final Fantasy XV aesthetics, I want this game to be good so bad you all have no idea. That's why I'm bumping it now, so other people can feel my grabby hands pain. Just look at all this. All of this is my kink. It's a big fat bun seal of approval for these looks. Be excited, damn it! Now, of course, big dose of reality. I cannot guarantee this will be a good game. We have been duped by trailers and promises before, but my excitement isn't all just wishful thinking, guys. I'm not that easily persuaded unless you're dangling Vincent Valentine over my head, because that's a completely different story. Nah, things are looking pretty good for Lost Soul Aside for a few reasons. First off, Bing Yang himself. While this is his first game ever, the guy is coming at it as a consumer and a player of other action titles, stating the reason why he created the game in the first place was to make something he would enjoy playing, noting that action is extremely important to him. Also, he's incredibly humble. Despite the amount of praise he got for the working trailer, Bing never really talks about the game like it's the second coming of Emo Christ, but as a project he knows can be improved, which is pretty desirable trait in developers, God bless his soul. So the man's got passion and a drive to make a good product, that's for sure, but the real question or concern is how does it really play? And this is a big selling point for me. In 2017, at the PlayStation Experience, there was a public booth for an alpha demo so people could try out the combat for themselves. Now, apparently it wasn't a very sought-after demo booth and not many folks tried it, but for the people who did manage to play it, claimed that yes, the combat is as smooth as it looks. There were also comments that it was rather difficult since there is a massive emphasis on dodging and blocking, meaning getting hit punish the crap out of you, something all you DMC fans cream your jeans over, I know that. But they stated it had a clear as day, nuanced hack-and-slash combat system with weapon switching and combos. Now, one player did talk about how they felt the control scheme was a little funky, but other than that, everything was good. But go figure, the game still needs some work. Regardless though, the fact that an alpha demo already exists to back up the quality of the trailers is a pretty great sign. In fact, they have taken the demo's feedback to heart and aim to make the final product both accessible for casual people but rewarding for hardcore action players. So bada bing, that's what you want, right? Everybody wins. These are all positive factors of the game's development. But a big thing to note. While the game looks like it could pass as a AAA title because the Unreal Engine just be like that, it is an indie game being created by a very small team. I may be singing its praises for its combat and its looks, but as for everything else, I'm not sure. If you are taking interest in Lost Soul Aside, do not expect it to be as big as something like Final Fantasy XV, or even a fraction of it. We can assume that it'll be short, with minimal exploration, basic plot, and characters. Now, Bing Yang has stated he wants to make a story people can enjoy with exploration, since he doesn't want the game to just be pure fighting, but it's just gonna be one of those wait-and-see kind of deals to determine how dense the full package really is. Crazy expectations could easily ruin your experience, so it's best to go off of what we have, which is is a slick-as-hell combat system with a look I would die for. Cause for me, even if every other aspect of Lost Soul Aside is the bare minimum, at least I'll have fun killing stuff, and I think that's what matters with a game of this scale, and why you should keep it in mind. As of now, Lost Soul Aside does not have a release window, and I'm sure Bing Yang wants to take his time since he set the bar mega high with that working trailer. And while it is not guaranteed to be good, at least you'll be the first to know if it is, cause we gotta give the little guy some love every now and then, you feel? So please support Lost Soul Aside. Follow the devs on Twitter, Facebook, or just sub to Bing's YouTube, whatever you fancy, my dudes, cause even if you won't watch him like a hawk, I will. And all of its sparky, beautiful anime is hecky glory.